everyone, and welcome once again to Walk the Talk Sports. Woo! The greatest sports talk show south of the Big Apple, east of the city of Brotherly Love. And here we are in our home court, the AB room at Willow Hall, our studio, our home studio. So it's been a few weeks since we were on, so we have a lot to cover. A lot of depressing news in our sports, local sports teams, I should say. So, Alex, if you want to start us off, go ahead.
Well, you are right there. It is very depressing. I don't even know where to start. We could start NFL, depressing. We could start our baseball teams, depressing.
The only good thing today is the start of the hockey season. So
start of the hockey season.
That's the bright side. So we'll see how long that lasts.
But okay. it is exciting to be here. We don't, we're doing this just a private show today with only special loved ones. So we don't have a packed house. It's just Rob and I, Bill and Mike, Clarice and Mom. So, Rob?
Okay, listen, I've said it many times. My football season will be over by the end of September. And sure enough, my Jets haven't disappointed. Jets, just end the season. I don't understand. They're 0-5. I mean, they hired a new coach. They hired a new GM. But it's the same old Jets. So I can't explain it. I don't know what, should I give the team up? No, because I'm a diehard since I was a little tot. So, but like I said, football season's over for me. I'm looking forward to a good college season. And, the Giants are also, I read, there was a headline today in the paper, 1-9. That's the combined record of the two New York football teams. So, you know what? Take it from there. I mean, it's just horrible.
No,
horrible.
And I was just looking over at my phone to see if you might have a chance this next week, but you guys are playing the Broncos, the Jets are. So that's probably, Broncos seem to be playing very well right now. Very good football. They upset the Eagles this weekend.
That's right.
But I'm in the same boat. The Chargers, they start off at 3-0. Everybody, I'm excited about them, and then the floor falls through. We've had a couple losses, so I don't know what to think. All of a sudden we have a lot of injured players. Two of our starting running backs are out now. They're on the injured reserve. So
are they out for the year?
The new rookie.
Wow,
he's out, but he's out for about 3 weeks. But still, it's going to be crippling. But we still have a great receiving core. We have Herbert. Just give him the ball, let him do what he's got to do. We should be able to. We're still at the top of the AFC West, but like I said, the Broncos are creeping up on us. I love to see that the Chiefs lost last night, so that helps us.
That was surprising. They were winning. They were winning that game. Yeah, yep. I mean, they scored a late touchdown, Jacksonville, to pull it out.
Yep. So. But yeah, football in general, there's a lot of shockers between the Ravens and a lot of teams that were projected to do so well are playing so poorly or are coming up on the short end of a stick, I guess.
Look, besides injuries, I know the Ravens, their quarterback is out. Same thing with the Cincinnati Bengals in the Central Division of the AFC. And those are two teams that people expected to be on top, if not as far as their division, but for the whole conference. And like Alex said moments ago, the Chiefs have really, I don't know, they're missing that it this year. They don't have it, whether it's Kelsey and Taylor Swift. I don't know, the entourage, who knows what's going on. But I'm sure they'll recover if they stay healthy. They'll be in the hunt as far as playoffs are concerned. Even the Eagles. I mean, there's some holes in the Eagles. I mean, they lost to the Broncos at home.
Yep.
There were games where they look invincible, and then there were games where they just play, I guess, to the opponent's, level. It's hard to understand, but look, it's only, we finished week 5?
Week 5.
So, there's still a lot of season to go, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right, what else you have?
More sad news. If we switch over to baseball, both of our teams.
Well, yeah, our teams, yeah. Well, your team was in the hunt. My team was out of the hunt. But, look, the Yankees are in it. It's not over till the what lady sings. I can't say that out loud, but They're playing at home tonight, but Toronto's not Boston, I'll tell you that much. It's the best of 3 out of 5. Toronto's up 2-0, so it looks like they're going to win that series and probably face. I drew a blank.
The Mariners. I'm going with the Mariners.
Detroit is.
They're
right.
1-1. They're
Okay,
tied 1-1.
you're right. You're
So,
right.
yeah.
And now they switch over to Detroit, I think, tomorrow.
Correct.
Look, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. They even though they coast during the regular season, the Phillies were the better team throughout the regular season. Philadelphia, I should say, but the Dodgers know how to win games. For some reason, they always pull something out. You think you have them, and sure enough, they pull back and they find a way to win. And I think they're going to beat the Phillies. They're up 2-0, going back to LA now. So that's going to be look. The Phillies are not out of it. That's why they call them the Fighting Phils. But that's a hard nut to crack to win 3 games in a row against the Dodgers. So we'll see what goes there.
Brewers are up 2-0 over the Cubs.
Yeah, and you know what? The Brewers are a better team.
Yep.
The Cubs had a good year, but I think that division, the Brewers are a better team. But, like I said, they're going to have to go up against the Dodgers again. The Dodgers, win one more game against the Phillies. But then again, you never know what can happen. I would like to see an upset. I would like to see a new team in the World Series as far as, besides the Dodgers and the Yankees. But we'll see what goes. I'm looking forward to that, though.
Yep.
All right. That said, guess what? That's why I'm wearing this Anaheim Mighty Duck hat. Tonight is the start of the hockey season. Rangers are home against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Then I think Thursday they're on the road against Buffalo. I'm excited, but then again, I'm going to miss my MSG because Xfinity, we don't have MSG, Madison Square Garden. So I guess I'm going to have to knock on somebody's house that has the MSG app, like Mike from Pickleball. Ranger Mike, that's it. But you know what? I'm excited. It's a new season. Like I said, football season's over for me, so there you go. I'm ready. All right, what do you got?
No, you were touching on hockey, so I'm going to talk a little bit about hockey, but maybe a little bit a lower level.
That's the jersey.
That's right. The Nest. So the Nest Hockey, for those of you who don't know, Priscilla and I's grandson Turner, we've talked about him before. This is new high school he goes to. They just played a couple weeks ago. They were in Boston and made it to the championship round in that tournament. This last weekend they were in Rochester, New York. On Friday it was pretty exciting. Priscilla and I are able to watch them through streaming on this Live Barn, it's called, where you can stream different sports. Unfortunately, not a Ranger game, but high school, youth.
That's amazing, though. We never had that years. Yeah. That's awesome to see that.
Yeah, it was great to watch him on Friday. Actually, on Friday night, he had a hat trick in the game, had a fabulous game, had a second great game, and then they played a team from Ontario, had a good game,
team.
And then they went to I think it was on Saturday, or maybe Sunday. Saturday evening and Sunday morning they had games. I don't know where these teams were from, but it was just brutal.
I think it was Saturday that you were showing me the live stream. Yes.
Yeah, very physical right out of the gate, and it was just a tough deal. So they didn't do very well in Rochester. The next time that they're going to be playing, which I'm hoping that I'll take a little road trip down there. Is there in December? They're playing in Philadelphia. So it's great to see them. Obviously they live in Florida, so for them to be able to travel all over the country and for us to be able to pop in and see. So Philadelphia will be December, the beginning of December. Go down there and check out the Nest. But that's the hockey.
And they lost to a Canadian team. This is good competition for the kids as far as the travel to tournaments. And I'm sure they play teams from all over. I'm sure when they come up here in December to play teams, they'll probably be teams from Philadelphia, upstate New York, Boston. So it's great experience for them. Look, hockey, I always tell people hockey, I love baseball. Baseball, I love. Hockey's my passion, and growing up as a kid, my mom never wanted me to play football because it was barbaric. But then again, hockey at times can be barbaric. But she didn't mind me playing hockey, so I got a good, as far as an okay from her. And I enjoyed it. I had grown up in Brooklyn and getting older and playing when I moved to Jersey, playing on a Sunday men's league. It was fun. It was crazy at times. I mean, I'm sure Natalie can attest to that. But yeah, so you know what? I hopefully we can make it the trip to Philadelphia and watch him play. I'm ready for it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, do you think Ranger Mike ever played hockey?
I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question.
I'll have to ask him.
That is a good question. I have 2 hockey sticks and some pucks or whatever he wants to play with, and I can tell right away if he has it, how he handles it. Yeah, that's a good question. I may do that.
We'll have to ask him.
I'll aim right at his forehead. That's
We're going to
pretty
have to
good
go
deal.
get one of those youth sticks because he's.
Leave him alone. He's not here to defend himself. Leave him alone.
All right.
Leave him alone. You don't want to do that.
All right, there we go. So,
All right, now getting off the subject of hockey, what a disappointing golf tournament the Ryder Cup was.
Absolutely.
Not only did the United States team lose to Europe, but the embarrassment was how the fans reacted in Long Island at the Bethpage Black course. I mean, really cursing at players from the European side, wives, throwing water, beer. Come on. You don't, really, for the game of golf, the PGA, disgraceful. Really disgraceful. And I'll tell you this, and if that course out in Long Island thinks they're going to have a major tournament, you can kiss that goodbye, because I tell you, if they do, there's something wrong. Alex, what do you think?
no, it was just unbelievable, the stories I was hearing coming out off of that, just the way that the players were treated. And I mean, come on, I get the whole US against
right.
Europe and everything. It's one thing to cheer on your team and be loud and be whatever, but to throw drinks at players' wives and just to be obnoxious like that was really uncalled for.
Yeah.
So.
And they talk about Liv being crazy and wild. Well,
Yeah.
PGA is even worse now, especially the show they put on at the Ryder Cup. But it's I don't have the standings in front of me, but I'm sure. Do you have any standings?
I
golf?
don't.
But I'm sure Scotty
Scotty is
Scheffler's
still
at least
number one.
two of the top 3 with the FedEx money and the total winnings, I guess. So that's that. That's the game of golf. And you want to talk about the WNBA, the finals?
I mean, WNBA, we have the Las Vegas Aces. They are 2-0 lead over the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah.
In the finals in the women's basketball. So obviously the Aces were last year's champions. I caught a little bit over the weekend. I think the Mercury was playing them very well in the second game, and they let the Aces come back.
The Aces were the top seed, I think.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be a tough one to come back from 2-0 as well for the Mercury, but you never know. You never know. So.
All right. That's what I got. Any personal stuff?
No, I mean, we have AP Top 10.
Yes.
A little bit about that?
College football.
College
you're right.
football. Your new AP Top 10 is there's no one new at number 1. So I'll read those off. Ohio State, followed by Miami, who moved up into the number 2 spot.
Wow, Miami's 2.
Yep. Then Oregon. Then at the 4th spot is Ole Miss. I don't know where they snuck in there in that top 10 from, but Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Indiana, Alabama, Texas Tech, and Georgia rounds off the top 10. So obviously you had the 2 teams that fell completely out of the top 25, which is sort of a shocker, is both Penn State and at the beginning of the season, the number 1 team, Texas. Both those 2 teams have dropped out of the top 25.
Out of not even the top 10, out of the top 25.
They've dropped.
And Notre Dame's got to be somewhere in between there, I'm sure, too. But
Notre Dame is in the top 25. I forget where they sit, but Penn State and Texas both have dropped out. Penn State obviously lost this
to
week
UCLA,
who
yeah.
hadn't won a game yet this year. And a lot of upsets, college and the NFL. A lot of, now there's no longer a undefeated team in the NFL. The Bills lost this weekend.
To the Patriots.
Eagles lost.
Right. To
the Broncos.
Right.
So yeah, it's just crazy season for football as well. It really is.
You know, and I tell you, college, and because what's good about college football now is you have the playoffs. So
Yes.
it breaks it down. So a lot of teams that you may say are out of it now could be back into it. And years ago, it was only the top 4 teams that made the bowl games or whatever. But now I think there's 12.
Correct.
So it's heading towards like the college basketball tournament in March, March Madness as they call it. So yeah, it should be teams that are out could be in within a week or a month or so. So, but you know what's good? I can't wait because I think Navy undefeated?
I know that they won this week against Air
It was a close
Force.
game, right? It was a close game.
I think they may have a loss, though.
Okay.
So.
And Army last year they played well. This year
They're struggling this year.
They're struggling this year, and that game. That's another game we can do at a locale as far as Army Navy. That's
Absolutely,
true. Yep.
absolutely.
Okay, I'm good.
So
right.
I do want to share a little bit about because we always want to make sure we talk about the Hawks. So
Yeah.
again,
They still have
and
their wristbands.
Yep. Rob's wearing the wristband. I'd wear mine, but Coach, he gave me a small and won't fit. So, anyways, the Hawks, unfortunately, in that B South division, it was a big jump this year. And, you know, and Coach in the beginning of the season when he was with us, he told us it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
So they, again, lost last week to Monmouth, 21-6. So that puts them at 0-6.
Wow.
With 3 games left. 3 games left. Unfortunately, this Friday they play Southern, who is leading that division at 6-0, who basically has beat every team in the division
Handily. Right.
So it probably won't be a fun evening this Friday for Coach. The following Friday, it's the 17th of October. I hope we can get everyone who supported us on week 1 to join us. It will be their last home game
of the year, right?
And they're playing Pinelands. There's a window of opportunity there. Pinelands is 4-2, but you know some of the teams they have beaten. I think that the Hawks will at least have a good game with them because then the Hawks finish up the season at Brick Township. But October 17th, it will be at Manchester High. Get a hold of Rob and I. We'd love to support Coach Farrell. It'll be their last home game of the season.
Yeah.
We can get out there and do something live on the field and then hang out and watch the game or have a little tailgate.
You know, beginning of the year, we both knew that, you know, watching practice, talking to the coach, it was a year of transition. But we didn't know how bad it was going to be. I know they were going to struggle offensively, defensively. We thought maybe they would be in, but when the defense is on the field, most part of the game, it gets to you. You know, it wears you down because the offense hasn't scored points really, and they've given points away. But you know what? It's like I said, it's a year of transition. I'm sure the program will get back on its feet next year. The coach, you know, it's a trying time, but you know what? They'll be much better for this. Next seasons and seasons to come, I think. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got?
About the announcement, if you want.
We can.
Big announcement.
Big announcement. October 29th.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday. 4 o'clock. If you have any questions, obviously you'll see Rob and I's information on the screen there when you see this show. But October 29th at 4 o'clock at Maggie's, we're going to have a Halloween special. Maggie's is the Lakewood Country Club. It's at 145 Country Club Drive in Lakewood. They have their own little sportsman lounge. We're going to have wings and beer specials. We're going to do a showing of Walk the Talk. We're excited that Terry has invited us to come down there. Rob and I went and visited it with Priscilla and Natalie the other night. It's a great setup. So we're hoping to get a big group from Leisure Village and a lot of you that come to the shows and watch to take a ride out there with us. We'll get a little bite to eat. We'll have a lot of fun. It's our own little area It's going to be a blast.
And Terry wants us, she wants us to do not only this show, but future shows. But this show on the 29th, if you want, dress up. It's a Halloween theme. So I know I'm going to have my costume, not this one I have on now, but I am going to have a costume, and I'm sure Alex, well, I don't know.
No, I'm gonna think of something now that I heard that Rob's gonna come in a special something.
That's right.
4 o'clock on October 29th, Lakewood Country Club, Walk the Talk
Yankees.
Sports special Halloween edition in the Sportsman Lounge. Or I could call it the Sportsman Basement because it's down below. Make it even more.
Yeah.
And there is an elevator for you folks that need an elevator.
Yeah, there is.
There's an elevator.
Awesome.
It's going to be a blast.
It has, and I think if we show it, when you put it on the website, we do have some pictures we took of the area.
Yeah.
There's TVs
Also.
all over. It really is a great, it's a man cave, okay? So let me just say that. So, but they have pool tables in the side room. It's going to be fun. So come out, wear your costume, and get ready for some good sports talk. That's it. That's all we got.
This could be a record for Mike and Bill. I'm looking at that clock at 25 after. They're either enjoying this, a real quick show of Walk the Talk today, or...
It's our second show today.
That's why he's leaning. Mike is
Mike's
leaning. You can
leaning.
tell.
So-
You can tell.
But hey, we're gonna save it all for the 29th. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So tell a friend.
All right, guys, and that's a wrap. So once again, I'd like to thank Michael Blank, producer, director. I'd like to thank Bill Johnson, Billy Boy, director of videography and editing. And of course, Mike Maurizio from KLVW TV. And remember, wherever you go, no matter what time, keep it between the lines.